Hi and welcome to my Print2Peer setup. First, we're gonna take the SD card and put it in the Raspberry Pi. The Print2Peer I/O operating system comes already installed on the micro SD card. You need to put it on the bottom side of the Pi. Just like that. This is the Wi-Fi dongle. You put it in the 4 available USB socket. I would choose the Ethernet cable since it's easier to set up, but it works fine with the dongle too. Then you'll need to tilt over the little lock, insert the blue ribbon cable for the Raspberry Pi camera. The blue side of the ribbon cable goes towards the Ethernet socket, and don't forget to lock the ribbon cable back in place. Next, the power supply. It comes with 3 types of different plugs according to the region, so choose the one that fit your plug. I didn't install the casing for the Raspberry Pi since I wanted to be sure that it works before putting it all in the case. We'll leave that for later. Also need a USB cable from your 3D printer into the Raspberry Pi. This is the Ethernet cable. Remove the dongle. You got either the choice of the Ethernet cable or the Wi-Fi dongle. Then you're pretty much good to go. Next, I just need to plug the Raspberry Pi into the 3D printer via the USB cable, and also plug the power supply and the Ethernet cable into the router. I had a lot of trouble making my 3D printer communicate with the Pi. It was due to my 3D printer. When I powered it on, I had a small timing window where the USB flashed for about 10 seconds. If I don't push the button to initialize the printer by that time, it will never communicate with the Pi. As you see now, when I'm plugging the USB cable, the USB socket doesn't flash, so that means it doesn't work. Once everything is plugged, we'll go onto the computer. The first time you log into the Print2Peer website, you have to set up your account, and after that you just log into your account. There's a couple of setup you need to do at first, but we'll need to make the Raspberry Pi with the printer I/O system recognized first on the website, then it's gonna be the printer. Once your account is created, just log back in the PrintToPeer website. As you can see now, my printer is disconnected. The only way I found to reconnect the printer was to delete the printer that I already created. I also got the option to reboot the Raspberry Pi, but usually the printer still shows up as disconnected. We'll take a look at some settings available. You got all the settings to set the type of printer. So we'll delete this one and we'll go back to the first assembly of the PrintToPeer. You can see now that my PrintToPeer is connected. To connect the PrintToPeer, just follow the instruction at first when you go on the PrintToPeer IO website. It's pretty much straightforward installation. So as you can see now, I want to take a look at my network to see if the Raspberry Pi shows up as connected. You can also SSH into your Raspberry Pi using the terminal app on a Mac or using PuTTY with Windows. So you can confirm that your Raspberry Pi is connected, or either verify with your router if your Pi is connected, like I'm doing right now. If your printer still doesn't show up as connected, just unplug it from the board on the printer and replug it. That should reinitialize, found a new printer. I was lucky enough, mine was already found. So now comes the tricky part, where I need to unplug my printer before initializing it. Just before pushing that button. So I need to unplug the board and replug it right after. Kind of a reboot for the USB. Because my USB only works for like 10 seconds, the blue light, so if I don't push that button within that window, the connection is not gonna be established between the Raspberry Pi and the printer. I have not yet used it on another printer to check if I had the same problem. But just to be sure that you got your USB working, there's a blue light that shows up when you connect your printer first, and the blue light is still on when the connection between the Pi and the printer is established. So basically, if you doesn't get any blue light after initializing the printer, that means that it fails. So you need to redo the procedure. So as you can see right now, I'm unplugging the printer, I'm powering it on, that's the flash of the USB, and I plug it back, and I hit the button that I confirm that the bed is clear to initialize the printer. As you can see, the blue light is flashing. That means I've got some connection. The blue light need to stay on all along the communication with the PrintToPeer and the 3D printer. You're pretty much good to go after that your USB is flashing and the printer I/O is initialized. As you see now, my printer is connected, my Print2Py is connected. We'll go check a couple of options. So this is my setup for my printer since it didn't have any preset for it. Make sure to modify the G-code depending on your 3D printer. With the default start printing code, my printer wasn't working, so I needed to fix some of the code according to my setup. I use a E3D V6 nozzle on a 3rd generation Prusa. Here's some option available to customize your own printer, like I did, since mine wasn't showing in the preset. After browsing all the options available, we'll start a new print. You'll need to have your STL file ready to upload on your computer. We'll go into the maintenance mode to be sure that everything is working properly. As you can see, I'm controlling my printer via the website PrintToPeer.io. You can home all your axes, move your bed around, hit your nozzle, hit your bed. there we go. After playing with all the options and playing with the printer in the maintenance mode, it's time to print. I'll choose a simple bunny to test, but unfortunately it couldn't finish the print. I lost my connection with the USB cable. It seems really fragile with my setup. I don't know if it's because of the board, my motherboard on the 3D printer. So my next step is gonna try it onto another printer and see if I can at least complete a print. I've been trying about 5 times already, and each time it fails after either 20 minutes or like 10 minutes, or I didn't go really far with the setup. Always because I'm losing connection between the Raspberry Pi and the 3D printer. But otherwise everything is working super well. Camera is working well too, which is super fun. So I'll come back with a next video with more utilization of the PrintToPeer IO. Thanks for watching.